What can you buy in Oakville for $800,000? If you're somebody who's looking to move into Oakville, you may be asking this question. You might be thinking, man, I can't get into the Oakville market for 800K. Well, think again. If you're new here, my name is Neil. I'm a real estate broker for 20 years. I help people buy and sell real estate in Oakville. I live and work here. I've been here since 1987. So I've been here a long period of time. I know Oakville really well, and I love helping people navigate this real estate market. So let's get into it. We're going to talk about in this video the types of homes you can realistically buy for an 800K budget, which neighborhoods you should be looking at, who the budget really is kind of perfect for, what are some of the pros at buying at this price point, the compromises of a budget for 800K, what personally I would look at if buying for 800K, and overall we're going to look at, is 800K enough to get into the Oakville market, and then some final thoughts on an 800K budget. So let's get into it. So let's take a look at realistically what type of homes you can buy with an 800K budget in Oakville. So let's go and search right now. This is the data, and we're going to pull it up right here so you can see 800K, what 800K gets you. So what we're first going to do when we're searching is we're going to look at condos first, okay? Because we want to take a look at all property types. So let's first take a look. We're going to first take a look at condos, and then we're going to go from there to freehold homes, and then work our way down from there. Okay. So we've got condos here. We are going to put the price at 100K because we don't want to look at parking stalls and lockers because that often comes up in the search. So we don't want to look at that, and we want to look at Oakville specifically. So there's 325 results that have come up. So that's a lot of inventory, right? And that's up to 800K. So let's assume with an 800K budget, you're somebody who's looking for 2 or 3 bedrooms. Okay. So for 2 or 3 bedrooms in Oakville, for condos, you are looking at 215 results. Now let's max it out though, because we want to max out our budget at 800K. So that was the total amount of condos that came up in Oakville. But as we can see here from this field, we're maxing it out at 800K, and we get 150 search results. So let's review again what this is. This is 150 search results for condos in Oakville up to a maximum of 800K that are either 2 or 3 bedrooms. Now let's take out 2 bedrooms. Let's see the 3 bedrooms. So there's 24 results. So this is pretty promising for people that are searching, right, in Oakville and trying to kind of figure out what does an 800K budget get them. So these properties here are in Falgarwood. These are 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom units. These are listed at $439. So let's take a look at some of the details here. So $439, they're not holding offers. Okay, so that's important to know. And let's take a look higher in the price point. If we scroll down all the way to 800K, there's one on Dashwood here, on Mowat. So there's lots of options. There's 24 options here. So with an 800K budget in terms of a condo, quote unquote, these are obviously, as you can see, these are condo townhouses, right? Lancaster's a condo townhouse. There's going to be condo fees on these obviously, Marine Drive, but you 100% can get a 3-bedroom condo or condo townhouse in Oakville up to a max of 800K. And then you just have to look at, the condo fees on these particular units, right? If we take just a little peek here, okay, so $475. So for example, this condo townhouse here, 1552 Lancaster Drive, which is in Falgarwood. The school districts here would be Sheridan Public School for elementary. For middle school would be Falgarwood Public School. And then for high school, that would be in the catchment area of Iroquois Ridge. This is on for $789,000. It's been on for 75 days and it has not sold. So there you go. Looks pretty well kept. Pictures look good. So for 800K budget, like you can buy in Oakville with this. And this is for condos. So now let's clear this out and let's see if there's anything available in freehold. I'm curious to see if we get any matches for freehold. So let's do Halton, let's do Oakville. Okay, let's put this onto freehold. And let's see what we get here. Okay, let's put this on to 800K. We may need to do this a couple of times if no search results come because we want to clear out the properties that are listed, as you can see, for like $1. We don't need that. Let's do 25,000. Okay, so let's see. We want Oakville. We don't want all of Halton. Okay, so here you go. Look at this. Okay. So when people say Oakville is overpriced, that's a whole different video, right? Comparatively to other neighborhoods, or sorry, to other cities and towns, Oakville always has had this like prestige and premium. But like, let's look at this. There are 9 freehold property results under 800K. Okay. So we've got a townhouse here, Dewridge, a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom townhouse. That's in Bronte Creek. Bronte Creek borders Oakville and Burlington in the northwest quadrant of Oakville, south of Dundas. We've got Victoria Street here. This looks like just a building lot, maybe vacant land. We've got Stornoway Circle here, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom townhome again. We've got Greenwich here, 2-bed, 2-bath, 770. There's Christopher Drive. This one, I believe, is north of Dundas. Yep, that's right. So north of Dundas, 2-bedroom, 3-bathroom. We've got another 2-bedroom, 3-bathroom here. There are options. And then we've got a townhome here for 800K, 3-bedroom. So in terms of actual livable homes, let's look at this one on Stewart. So this one could be just like a builder lot. I don't know if there's any interior. Okay, so there's some interior photos. Looks like it's rented out. Could be rough inside. It's got bricks here. I don't know what's going on there. So something strange is happening there. So in terms of interior, not the greatest. So let's look at livable houses for under 800K. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 homes livable under 800K, and all these 7 were townhomes. So there's availability. There are options there. So as you can see, it's basically townhomes and it's essentially condos, right? Those are your options. I have some buyers even now that are like, okay, well, what can I get for 800K, semi-detached or detached? Well, as you can see from there, nothing, right? So you're looking at either townhomes or condos. Now, which neighborhoods are these located in, right? This is College Park here. This one here is Westmount. So again, northwest quadrant of Oakville, which is south of Dundas. So good neighborhoods. This one is north of Dundas here. This one here is north of Dundas as well. This one is in Westmount. So again, the northwest quadrant of Oakville that is south of Dundas. Stornoway, same thing. That's in Westmount as well. And then here we've got Dewridge, which is in Bronte Creek, which is just a little bit west of Westmount. So just almost into Burlington. So there are options here. So those are your neighborhoods. You're looking at Westmount, College Park, and I believe there was West Oak Trails with this Grand Oak. So so there you go. So those are the neighborhoods there that you can get into. So who is this budget perfect for? So it's obviously perfect for people who maybe can make do with a townhome, make do with a condo, who don't mind condo fees if you end up going for a larger condo, perhaps a smaller growing family that doesn't need tons and tons of room with like a detached home. So I would say it's like if you know that you like townhomes and wouldn't mind living in a townhome, then it's perfect for you. And if you're okay with condos as well, then it's perfect for you. So what are the pros of buying at this price point? I think that there's lots of inventory, right? Like there's lots of inventory in the condo space and even with the townhome space here. Like if we take off the filters and if we go, up to 1 million, you'll see there's a lot more inventory that's available. So 82 search results. So the pro is that there's lots of inventory, so you have selection. Um, some of the compromises that people may face in this budget, I think that if they have a growing family and they know eventually they'll need more space, that would be potentially a downside. But this is life, right? There's always different things that you can do to create more space, right? If the basement in the townhome is not finished or not finished to your liking, you can put in additional space down there, maybe another bedroom, kitchen, that sort of thing, bathroom. So there's things that you can do. But I would say, the compromise potentially at this price point is if the family is growing, you may outgrow the space eventually. So what would I personally buy if I had the 800K? I will tell you exactly what I would buy. I would buy this townhouse right here. We were doing another video and I was showing this to a client. This is a 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom in Bronte Creek on Duridge Avenue. 697,000 is an absolutely unbelievable price for this type of townhome, for a freehold townhome. So I would buy a townhome over a condo if you had the budget to do it. 100% I would do that because it's freehold, and when the market picks up again and rises eventually, you'll see uplift in the price here with this freehold townhome. So I would do that if I were spending the 800K. And another question that people ask is 800K enough to get into the Oakville market? Well, we've seen it here. You can get into townhomes, you can get into condos as well. And when I move this back to 800K, you can see there's 9 search results. If we subtract this one, that gives us 8 townhomes to choose from that are under the 800K price point. So there's availability there for people if that's your price point. So what's my final advice for buyers with an 800K budget? Okay, that's a really good question. My final advice, if you're a buyer with an 800K budget, is be realistic. I talk to buyers every day, buyers and sellers within my field of work, within real estate. And oftentimes I'll have conversations with people that are looking to move into Oakville. And, given that it's a buyer's market at the time of recording this video, people are very unrealistic with regards to what they think they can buy for their budget. And I think that comes down to not knowing Oakville well and, uh, listening to media headlines and believing that the real estate market, um, kind of like there's a brush that paints over the entire real estate market, which is not the truth, right? There's some cities and towns that hold their value a lot better than other cities and towns. And Oakville is an example of one. Oakville always has a higher, better resale value because it always has been a desirable community that people want to live in. And when we see downturns in buyers' markets, we see generally less of a downturn in Oakville comparatively to other, cities and towns. So my advice to people that are looking to move into Oakville with an 800K budget is be realistic, right? When you've seen this video, you've seen that it's either condos or it's townhomes that is within your budget. So if you're going out and if you're searching for a semi-detached, and if you're searching for a detached home, you'll be searching for a long period of time because they don't exist. And if you're waiting for the market to continue to decline further, you're looking in the wrong market, right? You should be looking at other markets that are performing terribly. Like I mentioned, Oakville in downturns retains its value much better than other adjacent surrounding other municipalities. So there you have it. What can you buy for 800K? You can buy a lot, whether it's condos, whether it's townhomes. Be realistic with your search and your budget. If you are realistic, you can scoop up pretty amazing deals. Like I said, with that townhome on Dewridge, 697. That's an unbelievable price. 6 days on market. I hope somebody buys that one quick because that's a steal. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out at any time. I'm more than happy to answer them for you. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.